time, but Ghost Gaming looked fantastic. All right, man. You know what? This is why we play the game. Let's settle it on the field. Ghost Spacestation Gaming. Taxi Spaceman. It's all you.
Arsenal, absolutely phenomenal. Someone who we don't talk about nearly enough with this Space Station roster, with all the attention on Reddles and his personality and the resurgence here of Daniel after, he started out, he looked like a rookie. And all of a sudden, ever since that first event and a half, Daniel has looked like a seasoned veteran. It has been incredible to watch. He is the only one to challenge Shock here as this goes all the way across. And Arsenal trying to play that indirect for himself. Now he'll get a pass from Reynolds. No, Lion Blaze jumps in the way. And Ghost Gaming trying to put the pressure early onto Space Station Gaming, who again, SSG, tough to get a lot of pressure on. Teams have found a way, especially today, as Daniel will dump one back into the Ghost half, and there is just nothing going between either side here in the first minute plus.
Yeah, you saw already in the first 60 seconds, Shock and Hawks are both getting themselves involved on the defensive end, able to find a save or two. That's really going to be the key to victory, the road, the path here for Ghost Gaming. You're looking at around 14th in the rank when it comes to saves per game. And against SSG, you're going to have that level of confidence towards the backboard to take the ball away and keep it out of the hands of someone like Reddles or Daniel. We just talked about him earlier on. It'll be interesting to see what he can do against this Ghost Gaming defense.
It's Hawkser one-on-one with Reddles, pop over, and Reddles and Daniel both there. Daniel taking charge as he goes through Shock, and Arsenal trying to direct that back towards mid, but Reddles couldn't follow, so Hawkser sent it right back whence it came, and then Shock just dunked the daylights out of Reddles, 1-0.
Now, that's a great touchdown field. I mean, you're forcing the challenge from Reddles, sure, but what do you do realistically in this situation? If you try to swing it down to the corner, you're probably going to get challenged by Hawkser coming up out of that third man slot. So Reddles tries to play it in front. I think it was a miscommunication in the front of the box, and the goalie just didn't make the read. Good job by Ghost Gaming getting up involved and making sure they make a challenge happen when SSG just weren't ready for it. That's the kind of aggression they're going to have early on in the series.
Shock through the corner, met by Daniel, and now Reddles will hit Daniel with an outlet pass. Got Arsenal in the mid, and Daniel could not convert on whatever he was trying. He had plenty of options, and just nothing came through. So Daniel waiting in behind after the demo by Reddles. Arsenal gonna take the shot himself, and Shock still makes the save. Now Daniel to play another in. Lion Blaze got to that one. Reddles going after Shock, and nothing doing there. Shock got out of the way, and more importantly, also made the clear. Now Reddles gonna try again. He's got Daniel coming on, and Lion Blaze snuffs it out. That beats two. Reddles back, Daniel with the demo, but Shock will still have a shot, and Reddles turns it aside.
Those demos could really spell disaster for Ghost Gaming if they can't lock down that midfield pressure. You're looking at Reddles leading most of North America in demos per game. You got Arsenal and Daniel picking up that slack as well. It's a very physical SSG team, something they didn't really have with Typical that has kind of come to fruition within the past couple of weeks. They are very keen on getting bumpy at midfield. Ghost Gaming able to mitigate some of that pressure early on with these pop shots. It's just pulling defenders away from the ball and forcing SSG to burn boosts they don't have to hunt you down.
Daniel will pop one out to the corner again. Another demo, and finally SSG break through. It's that physical play, Spaceman, coming through big time.
I say it 3 times, and the mayor's going to show you it. Like, look at all the demos in the left corner. It's a wide open net. What physically can you do if you're Ghost Gaming? Sure, you limited the shots, but the physicality's still there for SSG. It's going to be a very long game one, right? It's a best of 5. Both these teams backs against the wall in the lower bracket, but that physicality just spelling absolute madness right now.
And now Ghost trying to answer right back. The Lion Blaze double tap goes well wayward, and Arsenal has Daniel waiting for a pass. And again, Arsenal opting to call his own number, and again denied. Hawkser had his pocket picked. Here goes Daniel again. Tough angle shut down by Lion Blaze. And now here goes Hawkser. Could be numbers advantage. Oh, that's a pass intended for Shock. And he went for the demo instead. Still salvaged at least a shot out of this. And still maybe a goal. Nobody challenged Hawkser. He just put them to sleep and struck.
What just happened? Wait a minute. Daniel's backing up. Hawkser's just running his way around. he like stole the nose of the child and ran around and said, "You're not getting it back." They were so confused. It's like when you play peekaboo with a baby and they get freaked out. It's just, okay, that's a goal for Ghost Gaming, and SSG are going to have to work their way back.
Arsenal again denied on a solo effort as Rettel runs into Hoxer, denying that sprint down the field. Rettel's around Shock. Daniel taken out, so Rettles has to go on his own, and denied by the combination of Hoxer and Lion Blaze. Now Arsenal again, beaten out by Shock. Rettles gonna have to just peel off here and let the young Daniel take over. That goes over top of him, but there's Rettles. This guy went away only as far as Lion Blaze, who has been relatively quiet here in this opening game, but he's certainly the X factor for this Ghost squad. Going back a couple of weeks ago, had a very busy week as Shock and Hoxer run into each other. Daniel double, denied by Shock, coming back in to pick up the Savior medal and maybe save the game, but now Arsenal's drive denied by Shock, and now they are going to get everything SSG can throw at them. Hoxer right at Arsenal, who just got this in the air before 0. Lion Blaze away from Arsenal though, and Shock almost grounded it, but that will get away from Rettles, and Ghost will take game 1. They get nothing offensively out of Lion Blaze, but he comes up big defensively at the end.
Wow, you know, there was a moment in this game 1 where it was a clear overextension by Ghost Gaming, and Spacestation were kind of meeting that answer. They were more than happy to send up 3 at a time and play on a really awkward counter transition down the field. But that's when they would use the demos to kind of create that 3-2 advantage. You play the man game, you just play one goalie in net, one person in front of the box, one person out on a swing trying to grab corner boost, and you can pick apart the defense. You can pick apart the counterattacks really easily. That fell apart once Ghost Gaming started finding the rhythm at midfield, and you couldn't get that really extended.
Making them work for the wins. This is super exciting. So, I mean, we're jumping into Aquadome here. Space Station, Ghost Gaming. I'd like to see SSG take this one back.
Just like every college basketball tournament you've ever seen, you know, the upstart mid-major getting the advantage over the overrated Power 5 team. Maybe NRG could fall in 2 straight matches. Could you imagine? This, by the way,
the UMBC versus Virginia matchup that we all expected.
Hey. Shout out to my America East boys at UMBC. Let's go.
That was not sarcasm. How many, what is it, like 2 regionals now, including the major, where NRG just flattened day 1? That's why Almond have a chance.
Oh, this gets through, and Daniel will score. Daniel's at least going to get credit for this, but this had a blue trail all the way. Nobody could get back. And did Hoxer get a piece of this? He did. 1-0 SSG.
That's the danger of being overzealous. It didn't bite you in game 1. Certainly will in the start of this one. But luckily, if you're a Ghost Gaming fan, you're like, okay, we can breathe. We got 4 minutes to play through. For SSG, you know, we don't talk a lot about what Rettles does bring to the table when it came to elevating Daniel's play, because you look at the comparisons between Daniel and Aqua, and it's clear that both have tremendous talent, but it seems that Daniel's been able to meet that next level a little bit quicker. A lot of that is thanks to Rettles' leadership and what he's been able to do, and clearly it's had an effect on Arsenal, how quickly he's gotten back to arguably being one of the best, if not the best players in North America, up there with Chicago and JNAPS and Atomic. So it's been an intangible effort from Rettles, but we would love to see more on that goal line end, really. But for SSG, you know, this team can light you up at any time.
Ghost also capable of demos, but Hoxer got one on Arsenal. That opened up the net, and then Hoxer ran right into the ball carrier. And that's a huge break for Space Station Gaming, and they're looking to capitalize on it now. Rettles leaves it for Daniel. His shot denied by Shock, and Arsenal thought about it and will instead let Lion Blaze start to dribble this out and then pick his spot. Waterfall down, and Hoxer and Shock will pinch it away. Daniel's there. Lion Blaze is as well. The pressure still on out of SSG. Finally, Lion Blaze got some relief, and then getting a piece of Arsenal still kind of slows down the defense. It's not very cohesive defense out of Ghost Gaming. They don't really seem to be calling out what they're doing. You see a lot of hesitation after every challenge, and almost like they're just trying to put it all together on the fly. They finally break out of the zone, and now Lion Blaze will at least get a shot here for Ghost. And now SSG has to play some semblance of defense.
Yeah, it's not the cleanest recoveries, and you're noticing that as the series has continued, where they got really lucky in game one with a lot of just great pinches towards the top bar. But when it comes to clearing the ball away and getting out through the corners, creating space, Ghosts have struggled. Again, they're a team that struggles on saves per game. They are not very good at being able to play it high off the backboard and get the ball out. You're seeing a couple of double commits that leave question marks where SSG could capitalize, put another goal on the board, just like here. It's a one-on-one right over Lion Blaze, and that circulation right back through the middle of the box, it leaves itself wide open, and Ghost Gaming struggling continues.
Now Arsenal just has this one fall right in his lap. Lion Blaze didn't have a chance. 2-0 now for Space Station Gaming, trying to tie up this series. Again, we've had two wild series here on our channel, as Reddles will try and get one over Shock. He does, and Hawkser comes in to bail him out. Space Station Gaming coming alive now in game 2 on Aquadome as Hawkser plays one out. Lion Blaze is there, but it doesn't go hard off the corner like you might have expected. Now Shock midfield for Hawkser. Got around one, and also Daniel. Opportunities abound for Ghost Gaming, and Reddles sweeps that out of harm's way. Now watch the counterattack. He had a couple stuck in the net. Reddles trying to bring this up high around Lion Blaze. There is Daniel on the weak side, but he just couldn't receive the pass.
Yeah, they both made the right play just at the wrong time. It was supposed to be a center and a bump. It just didn't connect, but that's the danger of SSG. There's a multiple different ways they can beat you, the facets of this squad. They can pick you apart on the defensive end, on these counterattacks. Reddles was looking for the bump. Doesn't have a lot of points in this game, too, but I believe like a shot and a save, but he's doing everything else at the midfield, which is creating opportunities for Daniel and Arsenal on these sidewalls to get the ball back out. And even with these touches from Ghost Gaming, look how quickly SSG are back to meet the ball and how quickly they get it back out. They're not wasting a lot of time on these counterattacks.
Reddles patiently waiting as his teammates work on defense. Hawkser kick one out to Shock. Daniel with the save. Lion Blaze going to take it himself. Daniel stopped that too. He's going to try and stop Hawkser, and he does. Daniel single-handedly shuts down Ghost Gaming as we get into the final minute, and then Arsenal double tap will go.
Shock went nowhere with this ball. It burned a lot of boost and just put it right back in Arsenal's hands, and my man just took it. Like, you know, you got beast mode, pre-jumping from the side wall to meet a pass. Arsenal sometimes will just get up right in your face and take the ball away. That is a very good read from Arsenal in a very unfortunate situation for Ghost Gaming. Again, granted, the series is still early, but you talk about setting momentum for the middle pack. Ooh, that might be another, and it will with that demo. It's 4-0. SSG got this one wrapped up.
A rare Arsenal assist, not because he passed it, but because he had the challenge that set this up. And Reddles will score as well, put this one out of reach for Ghost Gaming. And SSG about to tie up the series now with the final 38 seconds as little more than a formality. And the only question now is, how much will Space Station be able to pad their stats here? You know, we saw this happen against G2 in the first best of 7 of the grand finals. They ran away with game 7, and then they had a fight on their hands again as they resumed that series. So you wonder now if Ghost will have a similar resurgence and a similar kind of answer. This one's skied up. It's an open net. 10 seconds left. Surely they'll score. Reddles steals it from Arsenal. Another assist for Arsenal. See, again, Reddles bringing out the best out of T-Shock.
Well, the question mark going into this series was, for Ghost Gaming at least, it wasn't about taking all the shots away from SSG, because that's like physically impossible. You're not going to stop this team of 3 from getting opportunities, but it would be about limiting the second chance and third chance opportunities and getting offensive rebounds. I think that's one place, one area where Ghost Gaming still are struggling to figure out. And if they can just find a way to continue to clamp the ball down on the backboard when you got players like Reddles and Arsenal cutting into the lane off their rotation, getting right back into the offensive third for a shot. If you can get physical with them and bump them off the play, you close down a lot of those routes where SSG finds success. So, you know, you're not going to stop them from shooting, but you absolutely can make it more difficult for them to get a clean shot, and that has to be the game plan going forward, because it was just non-stop pressure from SSG.
Cryhouse and friends going to be very happy to see Space Station come alive here in game 2 as they just skunk Ghost Gaming. And look, it's a Space Station Gaming highlight reel on our Mobile One high performance replay, including this one out of, that was Arsenal. Just absolutely sick. And you call it out, Spaceman. A lot of the case where Ghost Gaming has to kind of remember, all right, you see what they did to us? Time to give it back. Maybe not tenfold. I mean, that'd be a scoregami, but
Yeah.
remind them who we are. Lion Blaze is no slouch. Shock and Hawks are plenty of experience as well. This is a team that can shake off a result like that and come right back at him like Lion Blaze is threatening to do, but Daniel takes it from the backboard.
Yeah, especially when you're starting in lower round one, it's going to be a gauntlet of a tournament for you to get back into things. So momentum is huge, whether that means you forget everything, right? Like you cast the runes of Kafkal, get yourself out of a situation, just completely go point blank. We don't know where we're at, but we're going to work from ground zero. Great. Other than that, though, I think the right approach just would be understanding that you're not going to get a different SSG. They're going to get physical. They're going to take a lot of shots. So let's meet the challenge.
Well, the multiverse has been shaken up with all the results here for sure.
Nice.
Now trying to restore some sense of normalcy. Space Station Gaming trying to stay alive. Imagine if the number 2 team from the Verizon Ultra Cup falls in 2 straight sets. Of course, you could also have a top 4 team in Ghost Gaming do exactly that. One of those is guaranteed to happen. Hoxer with Shock behind him. Going for it himself. Got the dunk on Reddles. Second time Reddles has just been viciously dunked on in this series, and both by an early Ghost challenge.
That pickup is paying dividends. We've talked about Hoxer and how far he can bring this team. Is it going to have to go through him? Maybe it will. Maybe that's the catalyst to spark the engine of Ghost Gaming. So far, though, it has been an individual effort across the board. Ghost Gaming looking for a multitude of goals they have not had in this series to start. SSG now trying to take the ball away, and Daniel usually the first one to get past midfield with possession. We'll see how Reddles and Arsenal play it now.
Arsenal on his way back will guide this out to the corner. They're shocked, though, very quickly. Lion Blaze in and out of the Space Station net, and then Shock just bullies his way through. He's absolutely built different.
My man put up drywall on SSG. Get inside the cabinets, you little gremlins. I don't know what that means. That was a bully. That's 2-0 for Ghost Gaming. I love the physicality.
Means. Oh, good gracious. Oh, Daniel got the flip reset. And then Hoxer will send this out where Reddles is waiting. Indirect. Got it around Hoxer. Going after Lion Blaze. Could not hit him. And Hoxer challenged by Arsenal. They almost lock up in the corner. But imagine that. Players decide they actually want to win games and not do memes. Here's Reddles. Drop down for Arsenal. And Shock with the save.
It's for the content. Can I get a third one, though? I mean, Shock feeling very confident. And here's the thing. Ghost Gaming are now winning the battle of the second touch, right? You're talking about big 50s through the corners, but also they're just forcefully willing their way towards the goal line. An aggression that was not there in games 1 and 2, and SSG do not have an answer for it.
I don't know what Daniel saw that he thought that challenge was a good idea, but it worked. That's incredible. Here's Arsenal against Shock. And Hoxer now to challenge Daniel. That didn't work out for Hoxer, and it rarely has for anybody against Daniel in this series. Now Hoxer and Reddles tied up in the corner. Arsenal's shot. Oh, sent away by Lion Blaze. Follow up is barred down and away. Daniel denied by the crossbar, and Ghost Gaming will disperse, break out of the zone. Got a piece of Reddles as well. Physical play coming through again now for Ghost Gaming. The same thing we saw out of SSG, especially in game 2, and it is paying dividends now for Ghost. Hoxer on his own against 2, and he almost found a way through.
Yeah, SSG still don't have possession, though. Daniel has to circle back into the net, which means that a pass down would give you a favorable 50 if you're Ghost Gaming. So I'm looking for that second man to fill up and jump the gun on some of those passes. But we've killed, what, a minute 30 since that second goal? It's been all of Ghost Gaming. Shock yet again, individually pulling 2 defenders out of the play just to make a save, to force that challenge. Space Station can't really find much, and this is just credit to Ghost Gaming's resolve on the other side of the field.
Oh, Shock trying to dance through the air, maybe create a juicy rebound opportunity for Lion Blaze. It wasn't quite there, though. Daniel couldn't capitalize on anything. And Arsenal around Shock through Hoxer, 2v1. Lion Blaze, the better of the 3 that time. And now Shock on his own against Daniel and Arsenal, the second defender, makes the stop. And now you can see SSG kicking it into high gear now, trying to move downfield incredibly fast. but that means they're open on the backside for the counterattack, and Lion Blaze will make them pay.
Yeah, SSG don't have a plan right now. Reynolds kind of made a late jump to a read on the side wall about 10 seconds ago. That gave way to space down the field where Ghost Gaming got comfortable. They were able to pick apart the defenders, play one-on-one situations where they're able to slot that ball in awkward lanes to force a 50. And then on the transition back, once possession was there for SSG, they didn't know what to do. They're not sure if they take a shot, if they play individually, if they find one another. Finally, off the reset from the goal, they have a chance to find themselves, but that was a catastrophic transition downfield. It just didn't look like they had any idea where they wanted to go with the ball, and they gave up a long goal because of it.
Reynolds trying to add to the highlight reel, but nothing there. As Arsenal has to wait for this to come down. It felt like waiting an eternity, and he kind of was. Lion Blaze takes him out of the play. 20 seconds left. Shock for Hoxer, and as big a beating as we saw last game on Aquadome, Ghost Gaming have indeed paid it back.
It's not just an important game for the series, it's an important game for momentum as well. You're putting on 4 goals unanswered with 18 seconds still to go. This was a huge response from Ghost Gaming, especially with how Aquadome went, knowing you're starting in lowers round 1. A response to the physicality and the commitment from SSG that they were giving you all of in the first 2 games. Ghost Gaming doing a nice job on the defensive end with these saves, but once SSG falter, they go right down the field and they make something happen with possession. This was a beautiful game from Ghost.
This ball will eventually touch the ground, and when it does, Ghost Gaming will be 1 win away from... Would it be a space? It would not be a spaceman sweep. My bad.
No,
you're here, but whatever. But it would be a feather in their cap for sure, taking down SSG, and more importantly, it would be good for NRG. We'll get into that in a moment as we bring in FDOT in a moment after our Mobile One high performance replay. Yet again, a one-sided affair, and this time it's the shock show. I mean, just an incredible effort. You saw the near miss there off the crossbar, and that was the only semblance of hope out of SSG.
5 saves for Lion Blaze in Game 3, by the way, just to take note. And it doesn't sound sometimes like a lot when you're playing a team like SSG because you're like, oh, SSG is going to get at least 6, 7, 8 shots a game. But Lion Blaze was making crucial one-on-one saves, and it wasn't like, oh, we're going to stall the ball on the backboard. They immediately got it back out, and they were trying to bring the ball downfield. So Ghost Gaming are doing a better job of converting their takeaways into chances, and that has been an Achilles heel for this team. SSG still getting their shots, but they're not getting those second opportunities that they had with the rebounds in games 1 and 2. So Ghost Gaming in the driver's seat right now, and they have a real good chance to take this series.
Daniel will send one across. We were talking about what this match might mean for the general NRG as they continue to battle all mid. We'll get an update on them in just a moment, I'm sure. But think about this. If Ghost wins this series here, and NRG does, in fact, hold serve against all mid, NRG would clinch a spot at Worlds today. None of this, you know, when they came in, they needed like something like 3rd place to guarantee a spot at the World Championship. And we do have confirmation that NRG did beat all mid in 4. So now NRG fans, FDOT, are the biggest Ghost fans around right now.
You're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong. With that victory, I think you might have already mentioned it. Yeah, Ghost Gaming defeating Space Station means NRG clinches World. And so just to reiterate that, NRG does take down all mid, and now they're just waiting on the results of this.
That's a huge weight off Energy's shoulders. That's
right.
Massive. Like, given everything they've gone through lately, and I know that just the internal pressure that all the players are feeling, even just with Justin's vocalization of it, that has to be a good feeling. Just knowing at least bare minimum we have World secured and we can just focus on playing our game today. That's huge.
Yeah, and maybe even able to clinch a spot at Worlds without needing to care about the spring major. Don't bother with the flight. It's fine. Let 5 other teams get some spotlight, whatever. Here goes Reynolds, denied by Shock. I don't think they have that in them. Here's Arsenal after the demolition. Hoxer respawns, and he's right back in the play to stop Daniel. And Shock and Lion Blaze both converge. It's Shock that will take that from the back wall. And Hoxer, given all the time in the world to try and play this, Lion Blaze to follow in behind him. They don't have anybody to pass to mid, though, Spaceman, and that seems to be a problem for Ghost. Sure, you can win all the challenges you want going down the field, but unless you're going to score from a real tight angle along the back wall, doesn't do you a whole lot of good.
Yeah, we're just kind of ball chasing right now, and that's fine. Like, it works. You get attempts, you certainly get opportunities, but there has not been a lot of cohesion, whereas when you go to the other side for SSG, seems they're trying to set up something better. They're trying to set up a little bit more calculated centers and spread out when it comes to getting field control. For Ghost Gaming, it feels they're trying a little bit too hard to pull defenders both, trying to force a double commit to where they get a chance. Doesn't say it won't work, but it's certainly something to take note of as we stall on the backboard. Hawks are trying to get it away, but SSG now getting very physical. It's Reynolds leading the charge, and they will have that midfield control.
Daniel got a lot of momentum behind this, but there's nobody to help him out. It's all blue cars on that half of the field. Arsenal denied by Shock. And now Reynolds pumps the brakes as he lets Hoxer go around. And we're just waiting for someone to blink here. I mean, two very different games.
Yeah.
Games 2 and 3. And then all of a sudden, everybody is starting to play cautious again. It's like we've kind of reset the series, even though Ghost is on match point here. A lot of jabs being thrown out and nobody willing to just let the other side get the snowball rolling downhill. Reynolds gonna try. His drive is denied by Hoxer.
So that's actually an important first shot, because not only do you have the demo in the back line, but now we're pulling up from midfield for SSG. We're not forcing that up close goal line pressure. It's like a huge litmus test for everybody on the field, and now we're feeling comfortable. Now a lot of these shots are going to open up more, and it comes down to who's going to get the first opportunity. Lionblade's going to try to meet it on the pinch. It won't be there. Ghost Gaming extending 2 up now. Arsenal in a foot race towards the corner with Hoxer. He'll get the rebound off that touch. But Ghost Gaming still trying to hold on with a lot of these awkward possessions, but I don't know how much they really have because they're losing boost quickly with these demos.
Well, we're in the final minute here. Nobody even close to scoring, but FDOT, I'm sure they are close to scoring and have scored plenty with another series going on right now.
Yeah, the Knights and Oxygen have been quietly banging it out. 5 games, and just now, the Knights confirmed 4-0 in Game 5. Knights beat out Oxygen for the tournament.
In Wellis we trust. He doesn't even need to be on the field. Just the threat of Wellis is enough to strike fear in the hearts of anybody around the world. Now we go to the final 10 seconds here, and maybe just invoking the name Wellis will give us a goal. To the back wall here, Hoxer gonna take this out himself. No time on the clock as Arsenal will challenge. Daniel's there with Reynolds. Hoxer coming in a little late, and Reynolds will score at 0.
Oh my, of course we're going 5. There's no way this series, how back and forth it's been, doesn't get put on the nose of Reynolds, and he steps up. We talked about that opening shot about a minute ago, how it established that confidence at midfield to have that opportunity. That wasn't just a warning shot. That was, okay, we know we can take the ball away and go for a solo play if we need to. We just got to keep waiting for the right opportunity. And Reynolds, easily off the backboard, sends SSG by himself to a Game 5. That was a whole game in the making. Like, that's one of those games you just have to feel it out.
Nah, see, you say Reynolds this, Reynolds that. No, we invoked the name Wellis, and we got a goal out of it. That's all I'm saying. It looked good at the end. You like to see the big kaboom when the ball goes in and you get the goal explosion, but no.
In the moment, do what you have to do. And that whole game, I thought, was like the first one who balks is the one who loses. And in the end, it was still good plays from Ghost Gaming, but they did just make small mistakes, and SSG capitalized. So if that's how this series is going to go, I expect Game 5 to be just as close.
Well, this is the rubber match. It all comes down to this. Stacks, we're on Champions Field, brought to you by 7-Eleven. Run with it.
If you want it, you can get it at the 7-Eleven. We want
I'd love it to keep
an overtime. I think we deserve a 5th game overtime in this series. Wellis demands it. Here we go.
Don't invoke his name.
I already did. Too late. It's happened. And so it has been spoken.
The prodigal son of Daniel
is running free downfield, and Daniel got up there just ahead of him. And we are indeed off to the races. I expect this pace to be frenetic throughout here in Game 5.
I think the question will come down to what defense do we get from Ghost Gaming? Do we get the panicky double commit defense, or do we get the composed, we know how to read through SSG's progressions and we're not going to waste time as Hoxer just flips off the ball? Daniel going to come up for the challenge. Shock trying to escape downfield to create an opportunity for Ghost. Those demos are going to come back to bite Ghost Gaming in the end if they do not counter it. Keep an eye on those demos.
Reynolds chasing after Shock in the air, and Shock holds his ground. Got another one back in against Daniel. Play that out around Reynolds. This could be dangerous. Hoxer denied by Arsenal, using the crossbar to his advantage. And then Daniel racing downfield to grab that midfield boost, making sure his team doesn't get started out. He took that opportunity because he had just enough time. That's great field awareness from the young rookie. And now Arsenal with the demo. That opens it up for Reynolds, who scores again.
What did I just say? The demos are going to come back to bite you, and Reynolds able to escape around the side wall, just flips it towards the corner. A demo from Arsenal. It's free real estate. It's right there. You got to score. 3:23 to play, but SSG strike first.
5 goals for Reynolds now here in this lower bracket round 1 matchup. Yes, SSG, the runner-up of the Verizon Ultra Cup, on the ropes, having to get that 0-second goal out of Reynolds to win game 4. And now, same score line very early on now in game 5. Arsenal waiting for a pass out of Reynolds. He's shooting, and Hoxer with the save along the crossbar. Now Daniel also has Arsenal as an option, and Arsenal just going to be sitting there with his arms crossed, wondering like, all right, y'all going to pass the ball to me or what? He has to go up himself and challenge Shock just to get a touch. Here goes Reynolds, flip reset denied by Lion Blaze.
I thought he might hold the reset until the very end, but also take note of the boost consumption right now for SSG. They're burning a lot, but they're getting it back. They're getting that midfield boost, and Reynolds punishing again. Same kind of goal we saw at the end of Coliseum. He does it just 51 seconds since the last, and this is just way too easy. Nobody up to contest.
He has stepped up as one of the great leaders of all the North American squads, and dare I say, the world, taking this series by the horns now. 6 goals, but he's got double what his teammates have combined. And now Daniel along the side. Arsenal running ahead. Not needed. Daniel makes it 3-0. It's a runaway on Champions Field.
Daniel is the Billy Goat at the wake of Ghost Gaming. This is just ridiculous. It's so easy for SSG. This is a collapse right now for Ghost. Like, how do you recover? How do you get yourself back on the regain? I don't even know what you do.
Well, if you can give up 3 goals in half a game, you can certainly score 3 goals in half a game. Plenty of time to turn this around. Lion Blaze for Hoxer, trying to do just that, but they all go across, and nobody made contact with the ball. And Daniel now bringing this right out at Hoxer. Shock coming in, almost like Daniel was baiting him in, like, come on, come on. And there he goes.
That's got to be so frustrating. You get demoed, so you lose the backline defense. You get annihilated off the side wall, so you lose the touch to Daniel. You get double tapped from the backboard from Reynolds. Like, again, SSG can score from anywhere, and to Ghost's credit, they've managed it for most of this series, but it's like it was pent up for so long, and the release from SSG in this game 5 has been crucial. Ghost Gaming desperately need a goal. It's a great pinch to potentially start something, but immediately those side flips to cut down the extra push, they just can't get anywhere.
Both of these teams have been incredibly streaky. Remember the 5 unanswered goals, all scored in game 2 by SSG, answered back by 4 in a row throughout game 3 from Ghost. That got him on match point, but now it's 4 in a row again out of Space Station Gaming, and threatening another here as everybody is just inert. And finally, Shock got some forward momentum. Daniel took the ball away. Reynolds scores again. This is unbelievable.
The demos will come back to haunt you, and they have in this game. That's at least 2 goals that have only been responsible because of those demos. The physicality is there for SSG. There just has not been a response. Ghost Gaming did all they could in this series, man. But it's been an explosion of Space Station Gaming.
And now nothing's going to go Ghost way the rest of this. I mean,
they have not gone out of their half in like 3 minutes. They just legitimately have not.
Well, here we go. Hoxer denied by Arsenal, followed up by Shock. Got to have it here. And Reynolds makes the save. He's actually just doing everything. I think he's actually going to come cast the final series. He might as well. Daniel. Oh, what a fake by Arsenal.
Oh,
and then he'll walk through. It's a laugher on Champions Field.
Ooh. This,
See ya.
Where are you going, brother? Put on the tinfoil hats. Dude's an alien. I don't know what you do. Like, oh, man, it's tough. This team is so good. The resolve is there.
You hit the replays and you get ready for the 3rd and final North American Regional, because that is the only option now for Ghost Gaming after another, well, now 6 consecutive goals out of Space Station Gaming, going back to the 0-second game winner out of Reynolds on Utopia. then the save there.
Man.
Again, I said it about 40 seconds ago. Nothing is going to go Ghost's way the rest of this series, and it's holding true. Hawkster had an open net, then a wild Reddles appeared, and Daniel will pop this one away.
Yeah.
Space Station Gaming had to feel utterly embarrassed by their opening round performance, and they have taken it out on Ghost Gaming. Daniel getting involved in the act as well, his third of the series, but it all pales in comparison to the absolutely dominant performance out of Reddles, as SSG is going to pull it off and survive.
Brazil, 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 Brazil,
That's a little
Brazil.
optimistic.
Listen.
Brazil,
Ghost Gaming played a ridiculously good series, but the common denominators for SSG were their physicality. They are one of the top teams in North America, and the world, at the demos per game and the demos per series, and the shots on goal. Like, this team has everything you'd want to make a championship run. Yes, they find themselves in lower round one, but that was going to be the common denominator. And Ghost Gaming for 4 games did really well, but the last game that mattered, they just didn't, and it was too much to handle. SSG just did what they had to do.
26? Am I reading that number right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Reddles had a game. Let's look at it on the Mobile One High Performance Replay. There's Reddles. Oh, there's not Reddles. Good grief. Then Daniel, as if they needed a nail in the coffin. I mean, that was just that was the final patch of dirt that you throw on after you bury it, as SSG survives and advances.
Yeah, we came out here and we were like, that high-scoring goal out of Ghost Gaming that high-scoring game out of Ghost Gaming was really important because it sort of like neutralized the energy that Space Station had, the momentum that Space Station had. Nah. They just continue. They're like, oops, we let them score like 17. That's fine. And then they just went back to work. And that, I think Space Station, Spaceman mentioned it earlier. You've got to have, as we say here in North America, like a quarterback mentality. You've got to